Hey Rodney, Dan Apsey here in the UK. Love the show, big fan. I thought I'd post a video response. Your topic caught my eye. I'm fairly new to the hobby. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. I thoroughly enjoy it. The first game that I ever picked up in a comic book store was The Walking Dead, the Z-Man game version, and thoroughly enjoyed it. But me as a gamer, I've evolved in those 2 years to some, to games that are far more in depth. I mean, The Walking Dead requires a lot of luck, and you find that or as I find as I go further into the hobby, that I tend to stay away from those luck games that require a lot of dice rolls. They don't tend to interest me as much as they used to. So that's how I find that I've evolved in liking certain mechanics and then not liking others that I used to like perhaps 2 years ago. Also, I find that rule books are a lot easier now than they used to be 2 years ago. I remember one of the very first games that I picked up was Agricola. I still thoroughly enjoy it now, but I remember picking up that rule book and just going, oh, "This is really hard to learn." And then all of a sudden, it sort of twigged, and I managed to get it. I find now that once you've learned a game like that, it sort of opens up and branches a whole load of other games that are or then become easier to learn, like Caverna and like things that also from Uwe Rosenberg, but other games also, like perhaps Alhambra and things like that. So I find that over the 2 years, I've evolved in a way that, at the start it was harder to learn games. Game of Thrones by FFG was one of the hardest games I've ever learnt. But now, anything that's like that or very in depth, I can pick up quite easily. So, understanding rule books and understanding the mechanics of how board games work becomes easier, I think, for me, especially who's new to the hobby. It's become a lot easier as time goes on. Anyway, guys, big fan of the show. Can't wait to see you next vids.